and welcome back to Demos Gaming. Tonight is Halloween, and we will be showing our first ever installment of Demos Spooky Halloween Special. This year, we will be taking a look at the very scary, very creepy, Stygian, abyssal, Forgive Me, Father. Forgive Me, Father just launched into early access on October 26, 2021, and it was developed by Byte Barrel and published by 1C Entertainment. It's a retro FPS in a Lovecraftian horror setting that is perfect to play in a dark room on a spooky night. The reviews are pretty solid so far, and for good reason. The campaign took me about 3 hours to complete on hard difficulty, and the gameplay ranged anywhere from a fun, action-packed first-person shooter to a downright unforgiving slaughterfest that'll have you playing the same area several times before moving forward. So, let's dive into what makes this game a great Halloween night classic. Taken from the Steam page, as the only one left with full senses, you embark on a journey in search of answers and relief in this FPS game that is created in a distinctive retro horror comic book style and feels as if it came straight out of Lovecraft's books. That about sums it up. You will find pieces of the story and lore scattered throughout the levels that'll give you an idea of what's going on. As far as I can tell, folks are dead, and there are strange monsters lurking about the 12 levels that are available as of this video's release. I would actually like to see more emphasis on story, even though this is a bang-bang shoot-em-up kind of game. I'm hoping the developers have an opening cinematic in mind to really put you into the setting of the fictional town Pettisville, Massachusetts that the game is set in. A lot of the story elements that I found only left small clues and pieces to the puzzle, so it was hard for me to really be able to discern what exactly was going on. Maybe that's intentional though. So much of Lovecraft's writing had an emphasis on the fear of the unknown. So yeah, we'll go with that. The graphics have this comic book feel for the enemies and certain parts of the environment, although the levels aren't entirely 2D, and you will see that throughout the game. I can't say there's anything really comical about the setting, since every level has been handcrafted to feel dark, unsettling, and will fill you with a sense of dread. If you have a keen eye for horror reading and films, you'll find Easter eggs scattered throughout every level. You can tell these devs are fans of Lovecraft, King, Poe, and many others. The monsters themselves range from previous humans or zombies. Yeah, we'll just call it what it is. Strange soldiers, corrupt politicians, and all sorts of abyssal creatures. Regardless of what they are, they have all been handcrafted to fit the Lovecraft vibe nicely. If you're out looking for a game with amazing graphics on modern tech, this really isn't the game for you. But if you love a good old-fashioned boomer shooter with plenty of creepy character in the look, this is worth a try. Let's talk about the arsenal. You start off with nothing but a good knife. There's also a pistol right in front of you, so you may not be seeing the knife much after that. I only ran into a handful of occasions late in the second episode where ammo was a problem, so stick with the pistol for now. You'll soon pick up a shotgun that has quite a bit of bang for its buck, but is super slow to reload. I found the shotgun works well for bigger tanky enemies and taking on hordes at medium to close distance. However, if you get cornered, you're going to need something that's going to be able to take them out faster. Later on, you'll find a machine gun called the Rusty Vito. Shoots fast, works well up close for hordes, but sucks if you need distance. What more do you want? There's an MP-18 that fires burst rounds and a harpoon gun that you won't see until the second episode. So what makes these weapons so special? The progression system. Yes, there's a damn progression system in this game that allows you to make upgrades to your weapons to make them stronger, faster, or a completely different weapon entirely, and will change the way they look. The progression system even allows you to upgrade your ammo pool, how much experience is gained, take this early, trust me, and make upgrades to your special abilities. Your character will pick up several items over the course of the game, including a lamp, a mop. I don't care what they call it in the game, it's a damn mop. That will stun enemies. A cross that will heal you, a Bible that will give you temporary invincibility, and a medallion that gives you ammo when used. The game says it only gives you ammo for the currently equipped weapon, but I believe it does it for all the weapons. These items are at times completely necessary for your survival and can be powered up by killing enemies and increasing your madness level. The madness level is increased by killing monsters, and when it gets high enough, dude, crawl. Your screen will turn black and white and your damage will increase and damage taken will decrease. So what are all these weapons items good for, unless we talk about what you're going to use them on? The first enemy you'll meet are called Wretches, and they are your typical zombie that are easy to take out early on, but can be absolutely deadly in hordes. Some will even replace their blown off heads with a fresh one. Ew. So the old Ramiro rules don't always apply here. You won't see any other enemy variants until level 2. The Fat Fish is a slow projectile launching dude that can be a pain when you have several strategically placed in an open area, but are easy to take out up close in smaller numbers. The Liquidator is best described as someone who was once a soldier, now covered in tentacles that can shoot green projectiles. If you manage to headshot them, they will become melee only and are much easier to take out. The Fishers are pretty much immobile, but will launch exploding fish at you that really hurt. These guys tend to be priority numero uno for me in horrors. There are many other enemies that show up over the course of the game, but I don't want to spoil too much for you. The controls are pretty easy to get down, with the items being on the keys next to WSAD. I only ran into one thing that I guess was a bug. Sometimes your character would look like he was moving lopsided. Not sure how to explain it, but it definitely looked weird. It added to the unnerving nature of the gameplay and was only annoying if it went too far and couldn't be corrected. So maybe it worked? I don't know. Other than that, I couldn't find any major game-breaking bugs. It is so nice to play something in early access that just works. As far as the gameplay loop goes, you'll kill lots of monsters, find keys to open doors, occasionally get locked into a room and need to kill lots of monsters, get to the end of the episode and kill the boss. Sounds easy, right? Wrong! You will get punished every time you let your mind wander, even for a second. I played on hard and died a lot. There's a difficulty harder than that called Expert that I can't fathom playing. No, thank you. Enemies hit hard, so every bit of health you find is precious. The healing cross skill as well as the Bible is an absolute necessity, as you will have occasions that are impossible to get through without them. Saving is an issue as well. You can't just save anywhere. You have save stations in the form of a drunk sailor at certain checkpoints during the levels. I found myself traveling back to these saves prior to going into a suspicious arena-looking room, as you can die in a matter of seconds to hordes and lose a lot of progress. You will have to strategize to survive in every situation, and never take a lot of health or ammo for granted. Ammo is fairly abundant, but get too trigger happy and you might be pinching bullets. I found myself down to the knife one time late in the second episode and wanted to quit. Remember the medallion though? I completely forgot about it in my rage. The only time I really felt the game was too hard was the second boss. The first boss was great. Standout boss fight. Excellent. Kudos. Perfect blend of just pounding the boss with bullets and avoiding ground wave attacks as well as explosions and projectiles. Good shit. The second boss fight? What the actual fuck was that about? The first phase was fine, because you have room to run from the homing projectiles the boss and other enemies were throwing at you, and destroy the shield altars. Once the shield on the boss goes down, you shoot at it. Fine. Then the bullshit starts. Between getting pummeled by constant homing projectiles from all sides, and have to stay in between the instant death beams, this boss fight was completely unbalanced on hard. To save time, because I was frickin' done at this point, I dialed the difficulty down to very easy just so I could move on. This was really the only time I felt the game was too hard though. All in all, I'd have to say this game rocks in every way. It'll spank you hard. It will creep you out. It will make you bloodthirsty to kill every monster on the level. Forgive Me Father gets 2 rock-ons for me. So thank you all for watching, really appreciate it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you enjoy this kind of content, then absolutely explode that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. So until next Halloween, when I will be back again, enjoy the creepy, terrible things that may happen tonight to you and your family and your friends. You know, bad things happen on Halloween night. And good things too, lots of candy. I like candy. I love candy. Maybe a little bit too much. See you on the next episode.